Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Friday, May 30th, 2025, and this is my ritual stand-up, my regular morning vlog. Each morning I stand here in the studio and talk to you about what I've been doing, what I'm doing next, and most importantly, how it's going. My endeavors to make content creation indefinitely sustainable. So we have got some stuff to chat about today, some good stats yesterday, plus a bigger stat, or smaller stat, depending on how you look at it, that came out of a vlog viewer comment. We'll get to all of that at the end of this video. But first, let's talk about yesterday. So my primary goal yesterday was to produce the Friday plays, which I did. I got that done. It's a 2600 game. It's already out for members now. Be available to everyone today. Speaking of members, we have more members than we've ever had, thanks to all the generous gifting of memberships during the live streams over during the 100,000K celebration over the last few days. And it has been a whirlwind last few days, hasn't it? So it bumped us up here to level 2 and came in with, I think we have pushing 300 members, supporting members on YouTube now, of which the vast majority are gifted memberships, probably more than half. It's awesome. Fantastic. Anyway, so that will be out, of course, today to everybody. Also, though, yesterday around noon dropped the Galaga, the updated version 2 Galaga joystick player. And that video has done tremendous just since it dropped at noon yesterday, so it hasn't even been 24 hours. Over 4,500 views on that Joker. It's the #1 performer right now of the last 10 or so. And you know, every now and then when I drop something like this, I get people going, "Oh, it's Galaga again. How many times can we buy Galaga?" Or, "Oh, it's another My Arcade gadget." However, look at all the views it's getting. Clearly, people are interested. There is a vocal minority who are fed up with seeing more of the same, and I would agree more variety would be fantastic. However, it's hard to argue with success. It's not like I'm not going to cover it if they release it, because it's absolutely what this core audience apparently enjoys, and I like looking at to see how it iterates slowly over time. So happy with how that's performed, of course. And then yesterday, late in the day, probably 4:30 or so, we had a power outage, which just shut me down, which was fine. I was ready for a break because I got most everything done. I was just kind of poking around, doing some tidying and scheduling shorts over the next few days. And we'd lost power, so I went out and went to the store, got some groceries and stuff, just made better use of my time because they had power, we didn't. And you can imagine a house like mine with all the electronics. When the power comes back on, it's taking laps around the house, figuring out what systems have come back and what systems haven't. Oh, speaking of power, wow, just have another little flicker? Must have. That throws me. Yeah, we're talking about the Galaga. That all did well. I totally forgot what I was talking about, but that's fine. Let's move on to the next thing. So some of the power outage, which of course we did. Let's look at stats. So stats, again, look about the same as they do the last few days. Here's my chart. I'd like to be ideally at or above this midpoint, which represents 130 subscribers and 13,000 views average over the last 7 days. Still at 14.5 thousand. You can see in the 28-day thing in the upper left, a little uptick yesterday, which is nice. A lot of that was the new My Arcade Galaga video. 208 subscribers, just a smidgen over our chart, although the average seems to be coming down a little bit from that 220 number. So I think waiting it out is a good plan. We'll see how that goes. And then for subscriber count, remember we're just talking about level 2 subscribers. Yesterday we were 370. This morning 560 subscribers into level 2. So I would think by the time we talk Monday, we might have seen our first 1,000 subscribers in level 2 of GenXGrownUp. So fantastic growth. We like it. Let's talk about today. I think I'm going to mention or implied I have about a half day today because I have the back half of my day is pretty largely planned. So I really have up until lunch because when I come back from lunch, I have an eye exam. After the eye exam, I get back and I have an interview to conduct. And then that's going to, run into the end of the day. So I have the morning. So I don't know what I can get out for Saturday. Maybe if I scramble, I can get a Never Played done for Saturday. I would like to do that. So I'll see if I can get it done. Even if I can just get it all shot, then at least when I am done later in the day, I could keep tinkering and editing on into the evening, you know, to 6 or 7 o'clock, which I don't mind doing. I'm not going to do fresh production in the evening because my brain isn't there creatively, but if it's done, I can definitely edit it into the evening. So I'll see how industrious I can be today, because I would like to have a new video out for Saturday if that's possible. Yeah, so that takes care of the rest of the day and the week. What I do want to share, though, is BC had asked in the comments yesterday, he was talking about the 100,000 milestone, and he said, I wonder how many channels reach 100,000. And so I went searching and came back with a staggering statistic that tempered a little bit by reality. So the statistic comes from Social Blade, who tracks every YouTube channel that there is, and according to them, only 0.85% of existing channels ever reach 100,000 subscribers. 0.85%. And BC, after I told him that, he said, "You're going to talk about this on the vlog tomorrow." And right here we are doing it. However, that number should be tempered with some reality, as I said, because having a YouTube channel means have logged into YouTube. You have a Google account and you've been to YouTube before. That creates a channel. When you comment, you're commenting as a channel. So that means of everyone who's ever logged into YouTube who has a channel. That means if you've logged into YouTube, you have a channel. You just may not use it for publishing videos, but it exists. So 0.85% of channels become 100,000. That's true. But think about the vast majority aren't trying to create content and grow. They're just, they're just your Uncle Ted who has a login, They're your grandma. She has a login because she watches knitting videos or whatever. I'm stereotyping grandmas. I don't know what grandmas do. Whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, you have a channel. So that number, I like to say, well, I'm in the top 1 percentile. Nah. Of who's trying, though, So, realistically, I'd have to guess maybe that's, only 10% or fewer of people who are actually driving to grow. That's just speculative. I don't know what that number really is. But it's impressive to see, and it's a great stat to show someone if they don't think too hard about it. So it's still, it's a cool number, 0.85%. Like, wow, really? Yeah, kind of. So anyway. That's an interesting little trivia nugget to close out the week on. So I'm going to go see what I can get done in this kind of half day that I have. But plenty of good stuff going on in the afternoon. It's just not production. So thank you, of course, for popping in to check out today's vlog, if that's what you did. You're a bleep who's here every day. I love you for being here. Thank you so much. It's been a crazy week. Start up another one next week and see what we can get accomplished there. Have a great Friday and a tremendous weekend. Don't forget to do something good for yourself all 3 days. And I'll talk to you again next week. Bye-bye now.